So, a lot of you hear me talk about things all across the country and even all across the world, but rarely do you hear me talk about what's going on in my backyard here in Kentucky. Yes, I do live in Kentucky, okay? For now, at least. With that being said, long live Bashir and long live the Bashir dynasty. You know, that's how you know I'm a real one. All right, we went to go eat at the Brown Hotel. That's how you know I'm a real one. I rode a horse before. That's how you know I'm a real one. All right, I don't have any cowboy boots, but I will sometime. Anyways, we talk about a lot of stuff around the country, but rarely here in Kentucky, and that's usually because not too many terrible things happen in Kentucky, thankfully, especially since Andy Bashir is a governor. He stops the Republicans here from doing even worse things than they possibly could, even though we have a pretty bad Republican legislature here. Thankfully, Bashir has stopped the floodgates in a lot of ways. With that being said, a new evil has decided to crop up just in my backyard. I was shocked and appalled. I was sipping on a lemonade that kills you the other day. You know the Panera charged lemonade. It doesn't make me wake up. It actually makes me fall asleep. So I actually use that to take a nap. But anyways, with that being said, I was sipping on a charged lemonade that kills you while reading The Guardian. And then this insane article pops up the other day, revealed far-right figures try to create Christian nationalist haven in Kentucky? And I was like, what? That's my state. What do you mean? And this is what they mean. A far-right real estate group has decided to buy and sell parchments of land in southern Kentucky near the Tennessee border, in which they plan to make a white Christian ethno-state little city where only the whites and the Christians are able to hold any power there, and so they can finally escape from the evil like immigrants and the blacks, and all the women will do what they say, and the kids will be seen and not heard, and they can finally live their beautiful Christian reality that they had in the 1950s that they got from like newspaper ads that they turned into an actual history of America. This has been happening everywhere. And that's one thing I want to talk about as well here, is that not only is it happening here, it's finally come to my state as well. It is happening everywhere. Little Christian nationalist enclaves and racist enclaves have been popping up across the country, where conservatives have been trying to make their way into small towns and in rural places in the country to be able to build up their forces into little militias. It's super weird stuff. But I want to read about this one here in my neck of the woods real quick. Caucasian. Yeah, that's the plan. Caucastan. Yo, that'd be crazy. Caucastan. Isn't that just Georgia? I don't mean the state, I mean the country. Isn't that just Caucastan? Basically, they're like right next to the Caucasus Mountains, right? Aren't Georgians like the first whites to ever exist? It's also the state. Georgia is not Caucastan. There's too many brown people. A venture fund and a real estate startup walk into a bar. I'm sorry. Both linked to far-right organizations are promoting a residential development in rural Kentucky as a haven for their fellow right-wingers. The promoters have presented the planned development as an aligned community for right-wingers who want to disappear from the cultural insanity in broader country and spearhead the revival of the region. You know for a fact this is going to be rife with like murder and assault of many varieties, both the domestic and sexual. This is not going to end up good. Not Nazi Kakistan. The move is the latest effort in the far right to establish geographical enclaves, following the footsteps of the movement of the so-called American Redoubt. Oh my goodness, Redoubt. Oh my goodness, I can't pronounce this word right now. I don't know why. I just read it.
American Redoubt.
Redoubt. I love that. I literally just read that word out loud, like a little bit before stream. I don't know why. I lost it. Which encourages right-wingers to engage in political migration to areas in the interior of the Pacific Northwest. But the underlying finances of the land offerings associated with the Highland Rim project, it's a rim job, in Kentucky suggest the buyers will pay a steep premium for living in a remote enclave, while the scheme's promoters are set to collect tidy profits. after a few apparent improvements to the land. So, I mean, this is another thing as well. Have you noticed that like the conservative sphere is full of scams? It's full of such like duplicitous. They say that like people on the left are like morally bankrupt and duplicitous or whatnot. Dude, why is the right is full of so many snake oil salesmen? It's always a grift, right? It's always a way to make more money off of other conservatives. It's always a way for like white conservatives to scam like other white conservatives and white conservative like leaning people. Scamathon. They're easy. I guess they're the easiest to play. Apparently, they're the easiest to fuck on, because I think about this. Like, remember the people build the border wall, that whole like border wall thing that they tried to build, and then there was like then there was like Jordan Peterson's like weird scam that he had too. It's so weird. There's so many. What other conservative scams are out there? Remember? Oh yeah, there was like the one with conservative TV. There was the conservative TV scam too. The Freedom Phone. Oh yeah, that one too. Andrew Tate. Yeah, that was a really Brain Force. Now that's a big one right there. Yeah, plenty of apps like all the pickup artists. Yeah, the cell phone scam. Yeah, it's terrible. Unwoke beer. That's true. The America First beer.
As conservatives, we're constantly getting hit in the face, left and right, by the woke mind virus. But the last place we want it is in our beer.
Trump's presidency. Honestly, so true. Segregation. That's another one as well. The war on drugs. That's another one as well. Trump coin, the Trump NFTs. You're so right. Holy crap. Ball tanning. But they actually believe that one. That was the craziest thing about that one. They actually believe that. And they were kind of cooking with that one, I can't lie. Oh yeah, the chocolate with no nuts. But no, there was like male chocolate and female chocolate. The female chocolate had a pussy and the male chocolate had nuts in it. You're right. That's from the Daily Wire. Elon Musk. Yeah. Twitter blue. Save free speech. Give me money. Save free speech. Give me money, save free speech. So freaking true, dude. Holy. That would have gone nutty. The underlying finances and land offerings with the Highland Rim project, Kentucky suggests the buyers will pay a steep premium for living in the remote enclave. Right? The developments was announced on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, in a special edition of the New Founding by Joshua Abatoy, who was managing director of the venture fund New Founding and principal of estate developer Kentucky Ridge Runner LLC, according to company records. Abatoy offered few details about the upcoming community, but said it would run. Abatoy offered few details on how the community would run beyond saying most of the leadership is going to be Protestant Christian. Oh no, they hate Catholics. That's one of these guys. Is one of these guys that absolutely hate Catholics. You really do hate to see it. I looked into these guys a little bit. Okay, it's super weird. It's actually exactly what you think, and honestly a little worse. So here are the guys. Here's the Ridge Runners. Here's like racism R us. Okay. Like, sometimes people ask us what a holler is. It's a magical little Appalachian Valley. Ideally, you own all of it, ridge top to ridge top. And the holler is your own little fortress. You even have a water source, space to grow crops, run livestock, and shoot deer. Is there anything you ever would have wanted? A Sunday AI ode to Appalachia by ChatGPT and Midjourney. You're not even creative enough to write your own like haikus. You had to ask ChatGPT to do it for you. You really do hate to see it. I really do hate to see it. So it's becoming America's growth engine. Right, they're posting stuff like hardworking, pioneering Americans want to live in a free state. Move to places like Kentucky. Come on, be a part of this. But I found something incredibly interesting. The more you look into it, the weirdly political they get. Let me see if I can grab this for you really quick, because it's weird. It's weird. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so they talk about like it's basically just like people who spend every single day in like button down shirts and ties, trying to like grift money off of people 24/7, and they post like this. Okay, what's stopping you from moving out to the country and growing your own bluegrass fed beef? Anon is like one of these kids, is one of the people running this supposed to be like a 16-year-old 4chaner? Not the 4chan speak. Yes, he's actually using like green tech speech while trying to sell real estate. This is how crazy these people are. It's a very specific demographic of person, like a NEET that has money. Very specific demographic of person, NEET that has money. So this is like Elon Musk. All right, they're trying to get Elon Musk to buy them out or something. Saying Anon on Twitter, right? If you thought it couldn't get any more cringe. The little house on the prairie messed up ruined generations. Do you even know how to care for your cattle, Anon? What the fuck are you saying? Have you ever raised cattle before? You want to get into some cow's cloaca elbow deep and pull out a calf that's stuck? Do you know how to do that? Because I don't think you do. Anon, shut up. Come here so I can slap you. These are the people trying to. I'm telling you, listen. These men have soft hands. These guys are trying to be the ones that are going to like save society. Your hands are too soft. Do you know using internet speak? Do you know have you ever had your own farm, Anon? Shut up. Prepared to shovel a mountain of feces, Anon? I don't know why, but I don't know. I read that green text as like I'd like that like Eastern European kid from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Are you prepared to shovel mountains of feces, Ed boy? Yeah, like Ralph. Yeah, I read it off like Ralph. I don't know why. Do you even know how to artificially inseminate a heifer, Ed boy? Do you have the strength to extract the cum from your bull, Anon? Is Ralph a 4chaner? I can only hope. Not my boy Rolf, don't do him dirty. That was anti-white racism, Ed boy. Moving on, you can take a look at their company website as well. They archived their website about their company as well. The guy who's like the top dog, one of the top dogs here, one of the people who's he's the big talker guy. He's their connection to the public. All right, partner and advisor Josh brings years of private equity deal making experience to the table for Ridge Runner. Josh is a marketing director at New Founding, where he directs strategic transactions, working on the cutting of the regulated economy and new ventures within it. You know, he does stuff like that, right? He's the guy. He's the mover and shaker in there. He's the guy with years of experience there to get them connections, get people's money, move money.
Many doors yet? Too much for couch potato Ed boys like yourself.
I don't know they could do that. That's really funny. I didn't know they can do that. I'm removing it right now. Ooh. Ooh, that's crazy. We need more bits. No, please. It has to go. I love you, but it has to go. No. Ever interrupt my stream again? No, that was funny. That was really funny. All right, that was a good one. That was a good meme. I didn't know they had Ralph. That's really funny. Perfectly timed. I added that months and months ago, but nobody's really used it. And then out of nowhere, it gets used perfectly. Right on top of me too. I'm crying. Your stream is not safe, Ed boy. Thanks for the 100 bits, Ed boy. No bits even came through. I'm not sure if bits are happening and just not coming through, or just you don't even have to pay bits to do it. I have no clue. If you remove that, I'm staging a revolt. Why? Oh my gosh. VTuber Rolf win. All the mods will quit and take this shit away. You stop it. If you take this shit away, stop it. Calm down. Calm down. But yeah, all across the country, conservatives are trying to do this. They're trying to bring their weird idea of a white homeland into reality, even though there are just places that have white people in it to begin with. The only problem is like the places that are like really white usually don't even agree with their political stances at all. Anyways, it's almost like they're a weird minority looking to bring about a world that never existed. But anyways, looking here, this happened in Maine as well. Far-right extremists is thriving in rural areas. Here's what it looks like in upstate New York. All right, they talk about how this one lady in upstate New York was walking around her little town, having a good time. Town's about 5,000 people, quite small, and then out of nowhere, all right, a group of Proud Boys decided to move in. They even have their Proud Boy mobile, actually. They have their evil mobile that they like to drive through the town, taking up space with the law and order as they look to actually commit crimes against minorities. But okay, sure, I guess. Weird stuff. The Proud Boys recorded a propaganda video from those marches that they had in like New York and in other places, Maine as well. And shared the videos online. Some people on the street gave them middle fingers. Other people were supportive, and other people stopped to salute their American flags. Over the course of the last few decades in the North County region of upstate New York has gone from moderate to more conservative. Most local, state, and federal officials are Republican. The flags and stickers that people put on display reflect that shift. Many fly the yellow Gadsden flag, the "Don't Tread on Me" one. That one that woman was waving when she went to go storm the Capitol, but then got trampled to death. Crazy stuff. Some hang Confederate battle flags on their homes. Bro, this is upstate New York. Actually, the furthest away from it's actually the furthest away from the Confederacy that you possibly could in the continental United States. Which is one of the craziest things, I'm going to be honest with you. Like the furthest away that you could get. The pro-slavery flag. Yeah, they moved in to upstate New York and was like, boy, I love slavery. Remember like one of the first states to make it known that they hate the Confederacy, New York. No step on snake. Other people display their Punisher stickers that read, "This is NRA county. This is NRA country." Yo, this is crazy because we need to talk about the NRA actually like falling apart. It's so great. It's so perfect. All right. These symbols mean different things to different people. These ideas exist on the spectrum, but ideas were once considered extreme have now become more mainstream. All around the country, many conservatives have shifted to the right, embracing lies about the election and other conspiracy theories. People identify with provocative, sometimes violent movements and displaying symbols of those movements as well. They want to talk. They talk about this guy as well. Okay, so this caveman looking man, all right, is one of the people who's a part of the 3%ers militia up in upstate New York. Okay, he talked about how in this video he talks about how he basically walked up to the sheriff and was like, "Hey dog, I run a militia here, and if you like step out of line, we could kill you, just so you know." And the sheriff was smitten and then went to his like little Nazi party. It's really weird stuff. Really weird stuff. All right. Back in 2018, a group of people gathered in Norwich, New York, which is for an event called Freedom Fest. One of the event speakers was Nathan Mizrahi. All right. Mizrahi. Who identified himself as the commanding officer of the Liberty State Militia. "Get people involved in your militias," Mizrahi said. "I assure you, they'll need it if this tyranny continues." Mizrahi has a 3%er tattoo on his hand, a symbol of representing a part of the. It's basically 3% is the myth that during the American Revolution, only 3% of the population stood up to fight the British and the crown and the lobster backs. It's not true, but they love to feed. They feed off of like this myth of being persecuted and being like the only ones to do something right. So obviously you need to have a good story to go with it, right? He told the crowd at Freedom Fest that politicians are attacking their Second Amendment rights, which were God-given, and that they need to do their best to defend freedoms. "Call your local sheriffs," Mizrahi said. "I walked right into the office of mine and said, 'How are you? I'm the commanding officer of Liberty State Militia. I'm in your backyard. I'm a staunch supporter of the Constitution, and I will defend the Second Amendment with my life.' recalls Mizrahi. That's how I met Mike Carpinelli. Lewis County Sheriff Mark Carpinelli was at Freedom Fest. He's a part of the far-right movement known as the Constitutional Sheriffs, which teaches sheriffs that they don't need to enforce laws they think are unconstitutional. Carpinelli has also echoed the same rhetoric used in the militia movement, suggesting that he would be among those ready to defend the Constitution against government tyranny. If all else fails, then we know what we have to do. Then we know. But I don't believe that we're there yet, he said. He's like, bro is so ready to kill people. Can't you just be normal for a second? Bro, you are the government. What are you talking about? You are the government. What do you mean? You're a cop, a sheriff even. Yeah, sheriff is actually insane. Yeah, bro's like if if tyranny comes, you're the cop. You're the one who enforces the tyranny. That's your job, dude. You're enforcing tyranny right now as we speak. You just don't think it because you agree with the tyranny, weirdo. Okay, whatever, I guess. Thankfully, I don't think we have anything like that right now in Kentucky. But yeah, it looks like they're trying to do something like that already. He appeared to indicate the community would seek political influence and use that as a blueprint for state level power. The aspiration is that long term down the road, 20 years from today, we continue to do this. We're regionally focused. We can expand there to states, he said. The announcement was hailed by others on the far right, but experts say that while the movement reflects a long trend of religious conservatives withdrawing from the broader society whose liberal values they reject, there may be more than meets the eye in the HRP. Let's see, who else was like cheering this on? They're like others. With remote work, rural fiber, and Starlink, Appalachia is wildly underpriced. The question is whether our people get there before Patagonia Vest do. Build something they can't destroy. Before what? Wait a second. Even though I've been at this game for a little while, I don't speak racist that well. Oh. It's like saying lab coat Patagonia Vest. Oh, they mean like... Oh, they don't want it to be gentrified from the white people? Is that what they mean? East Coast liberals, Patagonia Vest wearers. Yeah, I don't speak racist that well, so I'm still learning. We do hate them East Coast liberals coming in with their like jobs and businesses and development. Fuck that. I shit in the grass. It's good enough for Grandpappy. It's good enough for me. I thought they were the Patagonia Vest. Like, these guys are actually the Patagonia Vest. Like, look, he's actually wearing a Patagonia Vest in the video. The video that he commented on, he's actually wearing a Patagonia Vest. This is the guy, Josh Apatow. This is the guy that's actually doing the selling, the partitioning of this land and trying to get people to move in to their little racism town. He's actually wearing the vest. He's doing it right there, dude. He's that guy. He has all your money. You are being taken advantage of. He has no roots. No. No. He's been taken over. He's been captured by the Patagonia Vest. Is bro even American? With a last name like that? I hope not. Utopian communities have long been a feature of the American landscape, but this may be more of a money-driven land speculation project with a classic culture war angle than an effort to create a utopian project in the classic sense. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too. What he's trying to do is kind of like get people who are scared of like the Mexicans and the blacks and the immigrants and whatnot, like get them to get like scared of this, and then sell them the idea that they can have what they feel like they lost in this little pocket dimension that they can build for themselves to protect them from like the liberals and their evil liberal policies. My thing is just that if this is the case, haven't you like basically conceded defeat? Like, you can't win, so instead you have to, oh my gosh, they're building white Wakanda. That's their plan. It's to build white Wakandas all across the nation to protect themselves. And they have the massive anti-Negro dome. the melanin dome. You've heard of the Iron Dome? Get ready for the melanin dome. to protect themselves from everybody else. They're going to make a Far Cry 5 real. That is real. Just go to like Eastern Kentucky, just to the east of Lexington. Just keep driving. You'll find it. I promise. Ethno states. It's Wakanda. Wakanda isn't an ethno state either. Wakanda very clearly has different ethnicities. People think Wakanda's an ethno state because it's filled with black people. But black people can have different ethnicities, as many people in America do not believe for some reason. Like, I'm a different ethnicity than my girlfriend, actually, even though she's also a darkie. Like, she's an island girl, and I'm African diaspora, but her peoples are not from Africa. She's just some island chick, some island woman. Wakanda's literally made up of 7 tribes. Yeah, but they're all brown, so they're just one creature if you think about it. What are you giggling about over there? About me? Yeah, but they're black. Have you ever thought about that? They look the same. So they have to be the same. Anyways, the Federal Civil Rights Act prohibits a discrimination based on race for like housing. So the Guardian asked Abatoy if he's planning on breaking the Civil Rights Act to only keep white people there. And man, I wish I was rich. I wish I was like I had as much money as Hassan and like XQC and shit, because I'd be doing so much wacky stuff with the money that I had left over. You guys don't even understand. I'd buy one of these properties. I'd get one of my white friends to pretend to be me and then buy the property, okay? And then I show up instead of him. Bro would fall to his knees. I swipe the keys from his hand, bro would fall to his knees. Oh, and then we'd have a block party. It'd be crazy. We'd be bumping. All the Browns invited. I'd turn it into Kakistan to Browntown. It'd go insane. I'd be your middleman. Thank you. That's one of the good ones right there. The hero we need. No, one of them got in. I'd buy all the properties. And make it black people only. Melanin Town. That shit would go crazy. For my whiteness as well. I'm gonna need you all. Thank you for this. New founding is currently giving HRP top billing on the website and described it as a real estate project developing aligned communities in Appalachia. Kentucky Ridgerunner, meanwhile, is an LLC founded in 2022 by Abatoy and at the head, according to Kentucky company records. It's the main vehicle for HRP and owns a bulk of the land for which is for sale for buyers with right-wing sympathies. Abatoy's father, Mark, is a real estate appraiser based in Hartsville, Tennessee, and his name is the managing. Dude, everybody's working with their daddy. That's crazy. The website currently advertises 2 developments in the vicinity of Burkesville and a town so-called Eastern Pennyroyal district of Southern Kentucky, around 20 miles north of the Tennessee border. One of the developments is called Long Hollow Acres as well. Using satellite imagery and property records, Gardner was able to identify the location of purchase, detailed purchase and the potential profits that Kentucky Ridgerunner and Abatoy realized from the 2 tracts of land they have subdivided for sale. So they bought like a bunch of land, and then they subdivide the land into smaller plots of land, and they're like, you can have your little homestead, and you can do whatever you want. We can make white land together. Officials in Monroe County Assessor's Office and County Clerk's Office and the Chief Judge Office all said that there's no zoning or permitting required for land development in the county, and therefore developers pay none of the costs associated with those processing in other jurisdictions. The Cumberland County Clerk Byron Morgan said that the county similarly does not require a charge for zoning. Right? This is typical in the far right's emotional need for a safe space. Damn, she's cooking them. What the hell? She's cooking these guys. It's true, they do need their little safe space. It's sad to see. It's very sad to see. But yeah, basically that's what's going on. They're trying to collect money from conservatives by telling them that everything is so scary and selling them plots of land in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Bufu Egypt, as I like to call it. All right, so there you go. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.